Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Visual Impression. On my last episode, I created a video regarding D500's unboxing and its initial specifications. On this episode, I will go through the body and I will show you what are the buttons are there on the D500 and what are the use of those buttons. The intention behind this video is D500 is an extremely good camera, and when you are capturing through this camera you must know the buttons and their uses so that you can get the best out of it. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Alright, first let's look at the front side of the camera. Here you can find Nikon's logo, and near that logo you can see D500 logo as well. Here you can see the self timer lamp which flashes when you choose self timer to take a picture. Under that you can have a stereo microphone. You have two here and here below the D500 logo which records sound during video. This is the sub command dial, and this is helpful to select different values and modes by combinations with other buttons. There is a main command dial at the back of the body which I will show you in few minutes. The button says PB button here. It is written, this is the button and this is written here PB. When you press this button during live view, the camera switches to maximum aperture temporarily so that you can better preview your focus. Other button is there at the bottom of the body which is written FN1, which can be customized in custom setting menu and assigned to do number of things for you. In the middle you can find the cap, and removing the cap you can attach your F-mount lenses to your body. This button says BKT, that means it's a bracketing button. Using this button and the pressing command dial you can select number of shots and exposure in command when you are in bracketing. Here you can have at the top the flash sync terminal to connect flash sync cable, and below that you can find the 10-pin remote connector terminal to mount your GPS unit and other things. Here you can find the lens mounting mark and lens release button. You can attach your lens by aligning your lens mark with this mark, and by pressing the lens release button you can remove your lens from the body. At the bottom of that section you can find the autofocus control section. The switch is the focus mode selector. By pressing that you can select between autofocus or manual focus. Pressing the AF mode button and using your command dial you can select specific autofocus modes such as single point autofocus, group autofocus, etc. Okay guys, moving to this side of the body, you can find one USB connector. Via this you can connect your camera with your laptop or PC to transfer images and video from your camera. Below this there are two ports available. One is for connecting external microphone. Next to it is a headphone connector. These are helpful for shooting videos. Here you can find one HDMI connector as well to connect to your PC, laptop and other visual devices. So if we are shifting to the other side of the camera, here you can find one big door. By pushing this you can open it, and you can find there are two card slots. One is for SD card and another is for XQD card. Now let's look at the bottom of the camera. This one is a cover for external battery grip docking section. Here you can connect external battery grip. Near to that there is socket for tripod, and next to it is the chamber for battery. By pushing this you can open the battery section, and by pressing this you can remove the battery as well, and you can insert the battery like that, and you can close the chamber as well. Here at the top you can see two eyelets for camera strap. Here is the switch to turn on and off your camera. By pressing this you can turn on your camera, and you can turn off by pressing the other side. And when you turn it on and when you try one more time towards right side, you can see it will illuminate light here at the display, and at the back of the display also you will find the light illuminated. I will show you in few minutes. Here at the middle of this on off switch, this is shutter release button. On half press, camera sets focus on the subject, and without releasing your finger, if you do full press, camera takes the picture of the particular subject. Below that there are 3 buttons you can see. The first button is video recording button. Camera starts recording video when you press this button in the live view mode. Middle one is the ISO button. This button is the combination with main command dial or sub command dial to increase or decrease ISO value. In combination with sub command dial, it changes the setting between auto or manual ISO. The last one is the exposure compensation button, which is in combination with main command dial can increase or decrease your exposure value based upon the light condition. Below that there is a big screen which is known as control panel. With a display, it shows all the current settings of your camera, and whatever changes you do in the setting will visible here. Here at the middle you can see the accessory shoe to mount external flash or external audio recording unit as well. Let's come to the left side of the body. Here you can find a circle of different functions. This looks a bit different than other DX series bodies. Earlier there were auto, aperture priority or shutter priority mode and other options which by rotating the dial you can activate. But here the options are organized in better way. Let's check those out. Here at the top you can see it is written quality. That means you can select your image quality by pressing this button, and in combination with main command dial you can select your image type. That means whether you want to capture in JPEG or RAW. There are various JPEG and RAW formats as well, which you can choose by rotating your command dial by pressing this quality button. At the right side of that button you can find the metering button. By pressing this button and choosing the command dial, you can select the different metering such as spot metering, center wig metering or matrix metering. Below that there is a mode button, which is in combination with command dial you can use to select which mode you want to capture, such as aperture priority mode or shutter priority mode or manual mode. There are different modes you can select by choosing this one. And next to it is the white balance. Similarly, by selecting this button with combinations with the sub command dial or main command dial, you can select different types of white balance, or you can select the auto white balance as well. Below this big dial you can find a small button here, a small you can see a small button here. This is known as release mode dial lock. This is a release mode dial lock. In between these buttons you can see here, if I rotate it, there are different release modes are written here. So this is a release mode dial. Below there is buttons here rotating, which you can select better single image capture or high continuous shots or low continuous shots on one shutter release. But that dial is locked. You can see if I rotate it, it will not rotate because it is locked. It will unlock once you press this button, and you can rotate it easily. Now you can see it is now rotating. So this is a button. By pressing this you can select different options of your shutter click. That means by pressing this you can choose your single click with single shot, and you can also select continuous high or continuous low shots when you are releasing your shutter. Last thing you can find here is a diopter adjustment control. You hold it and put the knob gently and pull it towards your side, and it will unlock, and there is a dial. By rotating it you can focus your viewfinder so that it will be easier for you to see the subject through the viewfinder. It is generally helpful specifically for those who wear glasses. Alright, let's have a look at the backside of the D500. This is the viewfinder. Near to that there is a switch to close or open the door of the eyepiece. By this way you can close or open the eyepiece to prevent from dust. Near to that there is a delete button. Pressing this button you can delete your images. Also by pressing this in combination with ISO button at the top you can format your memory card. Near to that there is a menu button where all the settings and controls are available. You can access all the settings and controls for the photo and video and every kind of other settings. You can find that here. There is another button below that. There is a question mark here and a lock mark here. By default, if you press this button you can find the picture controls, and if you press this button inside any kind of menu, if you are stuck and you could not find what to do, then you can press it and you can see the detailed information about that setting. Below that there is a zoom button. By pressing this button you can zoom in, and below that there is a zoom out button, and below to that there is a OK button. By pressing this button you can confirm any setting. Below to that there is a function 2 button. Similar to the function 1 button, you can assign any kind of settings you want with this button. Next side of that you can find 3 holes. This is actually the speaker, and near to the speaker you can find the joystick. By selecting this joystick or moving towards left or right or top or bottom, you can choose your required focus point, because there are focus point all around the sensor, and by selecting through this joystick you can easily navigate through different focus points. Near to that there is a autofocus button, and here is the main command dial, mostly used to change shutter speed and to see previews and next images quickly. Below to that there is a multi-selector. By pressing this multi-selector you can navigate to either top of the menu or bottom of the menu, or you want to go inside the menu also, like that you can go, or you want to go back to the main menu. By selecting this auto selector you can do all these things. Here is the memory card access lamp. This blinks when memory card is in read, so if you want to see the picture, any picture, if you want to preview, then the memory card will blink, you can see that. So when the memory card is in access, this will blink, and remember, do not remove the memory card when the lamp is on. Below to that there is an info button. By pressing that info button you can see all the settings and current settings of the camera. For the images and video as well, you can see those info settings here, and you can change the settings. By this you can see the settings in the display as well. There is a I button. This is helpful when you are in live view mode and you want to see the current settings of your camera, and you can change quickly. By pressing this I button you can see all the settings. Next to it is the live view selector. You can toggle to choose between video or photo mode. Middle of that is the live view button. Pressing this button you can turn on live view on your camera. So friends, this is all about this camera D500 and its buttons and the specifications of those buttons. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some information about your body. So if you are a D500 user, or if you are planning to buy a D500, this video will helpful for you to know what are the buttons and what are the name of those buttons and how you can use those buttons to capture amazing images. So what are your thoughts and suggestions? Please put in your comment box, and please do like my video and share with your friends who have D500, and please subscribe my channel if you are not subscribed, and press the bell icon for upcoming videos. So thank you for watching this episode. Stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thank you.